Okay, so Marshall Tanner here again with ANS Ag Sales. Just doing a quick recap on, let's see, a corn bin. Kind of wanted to see how that's doing. We normally don't hold our corn so long, but in case you do, maybe you could understand what needs to be done here if you have a system like this and you didn't dry it, or maybe you did, but only down to a certain amount. But if you can get it in the bin like we did not dry this. It's just let's go ahead and take a look at what it looked like when we put it in. That's right now. Um, I'll try to make this short and sweet. Here's some graphs and whatnot. So if we go into the graphs, let's go back to, I think it was like October when we filled it. Let's try October 1st. That's pretty close. Close that out. Okay, so I'm going to be looking at this moisture one here. I'm not too worried about temperature right now. So let's just look at this moisture. So if we click on this and let's take a look at where we were somewhere in the beginning. 17 at the top, 16, 15. So it ran a little bit there. If we look down here, we had a few hours of run time at the very beginning, just probably cooling, just throwing it in, getting it cooled down. So, and you can see this is November, so it definitely got cold outside. If you look on the left side there, on this one, we're getting down to them freezing temps. So, and then throughout the winter here, we didn't really do much with it, right? So we're pretty much sitting something like that. We got a couple sensors on the bottom that looking good. We're targeting about 14 and a half. So it's a little over dried right now, but by the time we ship this in, we're going to fix that. So I'll kind of show you how that looks. And then when was this? February 10th, we just monitor only. We're not doing nothing with it. Fans are not running. They're just sitting there. This is natural air in the bin, no fan. You always kind of have a draft sort of. So things do change slightly, but not too much. And then I'm going to zoom up on this, but we got April 3rd. So let's change this to April 3rd. April, let's just go 2nd. That'll be fine. That'll zoom us up. Okay, so now our April 2nd is on the left here. And this is when we switch the setting to start drying this spring, because we held it all winter, kind of wet. And then we have 251 hours. That's from April 2nd to today. And you can see if you look at our sensors here where we're at, pretty much where we've been all winter, because we just watched it and we never got any hot spots in this that I can remember. But if we did, it would have just kicked it on and cooled it back down. Like if sensor 10 in the center is all of a sudden at 50 degrees and the rest are like 25, it'll cool that down for us, or at least tell us, so we can get that figured out and fixed. So on the moisture side on the right here, let's go ahead and just see what we've done since April 2nd in corn. And you can see our bottom was a little over dried, like I said, but you see how it's starting to come up. Those orange and yellow ones on the bottom, that's our average of our bottom sensors. So the grain on the bottom's coming up, the top is coming down. And then that's April 25th. That's today. So, we're looking better. We're getting a little more evened out, and the closer we get to our target, which we have at 14 and a half, it'll just keep getting tighter and tighter and tighter until we bring it in. I mean, honestly, if we brought it in right now, that top would probably blend into that bottom pretty well, and we'd be right where we want to be, but we might as well just even the whole thing out. So that is how corn looks right now for us. And, like Travis says, if he didn't have this, he'd be he'd at least be worried about it, right? Because it's getting to be 60 degrees in the day, and these hot spots that's not a hot spot. That's just wet. So our temperature is great because we've been running the fan, so we're going to be pretty even on the temp right now. But if we didn't see everything, we probably would have sold it already. And everybody knows how the market is right now, so that wouldn't have been the best. So now we're kind of holding it until it's more valuable. So one reason why it's better to have, some visibility so you can hold on to your product a little longer if you need to, marketing and whatnot. And with corn up here where we live, this is how we utilize it. Down, in Iowa or something, or southern Minnesota, it can be done in the fall, probably have a lot more time to dry, but corn works extremely well with natural air. It really moves it quick. So that's a lot of points we've changed even just in the last, 3 weeks, I'd say. So that's 30,000 bushel bin. It says up here that, it's got about 29,000, 28,000 bushels in it. So looking good. All right, I'll keep sending updates as they come in on different commodities when I can, just for informational reasons. So